I'll wait.
Excuse you. Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome back to B-Movie Bash.
I'm Shannon.
I'm Alyssa.
And we did that backwards.
We did.
And it feels kind of weird.
I know.
But that's
I
okay.
almost looked at you to do the music, like the
intro.
Yeah, my little intro songy that I do.
Oh, I should have.
Yeah. Oh, it's all good.
B-Movie Bash. There you go.
I love it. Anyway, so we have kind of like a weird week coming up for us, so we just decided to kind of make this up today.
Yeah, I'm gonna be out of town, so we're just...
Shannon's going to Hawaii.
I'm going to Hawaii.
Yeah.
If they let me in. I hope they do. But yeah, so we're just kind of flying by the seat of our pants for this one. I came over and Alyssa was like, guess what?
Yeah.
Let's make some shit up.
Yeah. So we decided we're going to talk about like our top 10-ish favorite movies of all time.
I mean, it started as spooky movies.
Yeah, it started as spooky movies.
And then it morphed into like Halloween movies. And then we just added on a few that we just want to talk about.
Yeah.
So
just like our favorites in general, I guess.
Because like I don't think my favorite movie of all time is on here, but that's okay.
I just changed one for me.
As we speak, she is changing it on her paper.
I changed my mind. So anyway.
This is why you have the pencil.
Yes. I gave her the pen. Okay. So I was thinking we'll just go back and forth. So Shannon,
we can like talk about things and
Yeah. So if we've seen it, if we haven't seen it, our recommendations and whatnot. So I mean, you don't have to listen to this one very much.
Yeah, I mean, you can skip it if you want, but please don't go. Please don't leave. Please.
We love you. Also, my dogs are really loud today.
They're at the door like, hey, hey friends.
My husband's also mowing the lawn, so
there's a lot of background noise. Yeah. It's a shit show over here, but you know it's a good time. So
that's what we'll name this one.
The shit show.
The shit show.
So I wanted to preface this by saying that like I haven't seen a lot of scary movies, and ones that I have was like once with other people. So most of what you talk about, I'm probably just going to be nodding and like agreeing. So as much as we talk about horror movies on here, I'm not a big horror buff. So.
That's okay.
That's why every time we do a game show, it's me asking you trivia. So
so we're doing a Halloween party at work, and I was coming up with some of the Halloween games, and I found this one that someone had made online, and it was literally like put the movie in what decade it was made in.
Ooh.
And I was like, oh, this will be like way fun and easy. No, it fucking wasn't. I thought every fucking movie was in the 80s, and I was like,
I mean, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, I was like, well, this one's got to be in like the 20s or the 30s or the 40s. And like, it was so
like
bad.
The Blob
like,
was back in the 50s.
Yeah, and like, I got done and I went to like grade myself and I was like, I fucking suck. like I knew the ones that had come out like in mostly the 80s, the 90s, and the 2000 or like the 2000s, 2010s. Yeah. But I was like, okay, no, I know this one was put out in the 70s, and I was like, nope, it was the 60s, and I was like, fuck,
dang it. That was before our time. We don't know.
Yep. Anyway, go ahead, Shannon. Let's start us off.
Okay, so these aren't really, we were saying before, that like this isn't really any particular order.
Yeah.
My number one is pretty solid as far as like spooky time Halloween goes, but before that it's just kind of like vomit.
Yeah.
Right? So this one I am justifying because I just saw it on a Halloween movie list. Okay. So my number 10 is Men in Black. Because I fucking love that movie. That's such a good movie. Like the first, they're all good. They're all decent to watch. But the first one is like,
mwah,
like 90s deliciousness.
Yes.
And I just love, Will Smith is so good.
So
fucking
funny.
Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah.
Like I just want him as an uncle figure. I just love him so much.
The comedic timing on that is just so good too. Like, and I'm pretty sure that Will Smith like ad-libbed most of his lines.
Probably.
So like, it's Will Smith and he ad-libs literally everything. I don't know if you've seen Independence Day. Have you seen that one? Yeah. What is that smell? It's like, it's real because he's like, he smelled something weird because he was in the Utah desert and he thought it smelled really weird. So like, some of his most iconic lines are him just being like, ugh.
Yeah, and that's like all of the Fresh Prince too. Is just like him being a shit the whole time.
So,
and I love that like the aliens aren't good, but also they're not bad.
No,
for what, like 1994?
Yeah, I don't remember when.
Early 90s, mid 90s, like. It's not bad at all.
No.
You can watch it today and just be like, that's a good fucking movie.
It's a good fucking movie. Yep.
So that's my number 10.
Nice.
I just love that movie. I think I've seen it like a lot.
Yeah.
Too many times.
That's okay.
So.
My number 10 movie would have to be Paranormal Activity.
That's number 10
Well,
for
it's
you?
just it's on the list. I literally
right.
just
We're
like
not
threw
in it.
everything on the list. So like,
No
yeah.
order. I gotta remember that.
Yeah. Like I was literally looking through that and I was like, oh dude,
Write that down.
this movie. Yeah. Like, because I was like, oh, I have all these movies that I love, and then change them up a little bit. Anyway, no, I love the Paranormal Activities. Ghost Dimension can go fuck itself, but otherwise I enjoyed most
Should I
of
mention
them.
that Paranormal Activity is on mine too?
Oh, is it? Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So, yeah. And
Nice.
I think it's so funny that we've seen a good chunk of the Paranormal Activity movies together
yeah.
in theaters. Like, that's been a thing.
It's so great. The second one was one of my favorites because I went and saw it with a bunch of friends, and Zach hates that movie. He doesn't want it in the house. He hates it.
Her husband.
My husband, yeah, he got a little spooked out from that one a little too much, but the best was that my friend Trent went to the movies with us, and he was sitting off to the side covering his face and covering his mouth and stuff, and was clinging to the chair. It was so funny, just looking over, because I'm sitting there ooh, that was a good jump scare.
That was pretty freaking
and
scary.
I look over, I would move slightly and he would be like, stop moving. I would just adjust in my seat, and he'd be like, don't do that, don't. And I'm like, I'm just getting more comfortable. Yeah, and he's like, stop it. But no, that whole series was so fucking good.
I think I lived with you at the time, but I didn't go to the movie, so I just saw the aftermath of everyone getting home and sleeping in the living room. Yeah.
It was so good.
Yeah.
And the funniest part is that Shalise and I were the only ones that slept the whole time. We were like, hey, good night, and went to sleep.
And
everyone else was
were
yeah. Wendy was awake still, and they were all just what do we do? Any little tiny noise, Zach was like, what was that? What was that? But I mean, he's a lot better about it now, but he's like, no, I hate that movie.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I'm definitely the person that gets nightmares from movies. Oh my god. Tony and I went and watched the last Hunger Games, I think it was, in the theaters. I got nightmares from that movie.
Really?
Why? I don't know. Stupid. So
That's okay.
I feel for Zach.
You're okay. Let's see. Okay, your turn.
Oh, number 9. Okay. And this one's kind of silly, but I love it so much.
Uh-huh.
I'm a Scooby-Doo girl.
Oh, yes.
Okay? Yeah. I grew up on that shit. I love that shit.
Yes.
All the movies are just so good.
Yes.
And I think you're going to get a little upset.
Oh, no.
Okay?
It's not Witch's Ghost.
I love Witch's Ghost.
Uh-huh.
Okay?
I mean, the Hex Sisters.
I love the Hex Girls. Yeah. Oh my god.
Did I call them Hex Sisters?
Yes, you
What
did.
was I doing?
I mean, they call each other Sister
They do.
Thorn and,
They do.
whatever the other one names
Whatever.
are. I don't know. Thorn was the hot one, okay?
We don't talk about Thorn.
So I do
She's
love
fucking
that one.
Azula's voice actress. So
Is
yeah.
she?
Oh yeah, she's in a lot of shit.
I
That
believe
voice
it.
actress, she's in a lot of shit, and it's really fun to hear her in shit, and you're just fucking Azula. It's so good.
Nice.
She's in Diablo too,
Oh, nice.
or Diablo 3. I mean, and she's
Nice.
yeah. You just hear her being all bitchy and shit, and you're like, you be bitchy and shit. It's
Yes.
great. So anyway,
But yes, I wanted to be a Hex girl,
Yeah.
growing up, and fucking Tim Curry's in
Oh,
that
yeah.
movie.
It's such a good
it's
one.
so good.
so good.
But Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island is just
That one's
so
so good.
good.
That one's so
Like,
good.
The fact that it's real ghosts and real zombies and real voodoo magic cat shit. Okay.
That whole time was a whirlwind ride. And you had no idea what was gonna happen. You were like, okay,
You're
fucking
okay, another mystery, and
Yeah.
then there's a real ghost in the kitchen, and you're like, wait a fucking minute.
yeah.
Wait.
And then there's werewolf cat people, and you're like, what?
Yeah.
And then it's oh yeah, we were actually Confederate fucking
ladies and our men went off to die,
Yeah,
and then
you're-
we took their souls,
yeah,
and what?
I don't.
Yeah, it was.
I think my personal favorite Scooby-Doo is Scooby-Doo and the Ghoul School.
Yeah.
And it's one of the dumb Scrappy-Doo movies that nobody likes to
Yeah.
talk about, but I just love that one.
good.
So
It's a classic.
fantastic.
Okay, is that what the little werewolf girl says?
No, it's what Dracula's daughter says.
Oh,
She says
right.
it's fantastic.
Right.
That's so great. And
Yeah,
they have
those are
a baby dragon called Matches. How cute is that?
That is very cute.
That's so cute.
I feel like you need a stuffy of that or something.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
That's my number 9.
Yeah,
it's
that's
just a little fun sprinkle of childhood Halloween in there. So
that's always good.
Yeah.
My number 9 would have to be the Tremors series, and I love Tremors so fucking much. Kevin Bacon is great.
Just Kevin Bacon.
Fucking Reba.
Full stop right there.
First of all,
Kevin Bacon,
and then Reba, and then like the movies just get weirder and weirder and weirder, and the whole time I'm just I'm there for the ride. I'm like, this is so fucking good. This is so cringy and shit. But I'm here. I'm having fun.
Aren't there like 7 of them?
Yeah, there's
or like 8 of them.
There's 7 now. Yeah,
a lot.
Yeah.
But,
I haven't seen the most recent one, and so they're still making them. They're still having a good time.
That doesn't mean they're good.
That
but I'll go with you. I mean, it's fine. More power.
I'm not there to see a good Tremors. I mean, the first one is really. I really enjoyed the first one, but like the next few are like just really kind of campy.
Yeah,
like they're fun. I love them. They're fun.
Also, speaking of Kevin Bacon, can we take just like a side trip to talk about what is it called? The Following? Is that what it's called? What is it called?
Yeah, The Following.
The Following.
Oh,
if you
TV
have
show?
not seen that show,
Watch that show.
Praise Joe.
Oh, praise
That's
Joe.
all I have to say. Oh,
Praise Joe.
I just got goosebumps.
Oh.
It's not even that good of a show, but like it is.
Good. It's so
just
good.
so good.
Fucking
Kevin Bacon, man, and whoever plays Joe is just.
I don't remember
so
your name,
good.
sir, but you're really good at being a bad guy.
You were really good.
You were really good.
So go watch that. I don't know where it is, but go find
I
it.
think it's still on Netflix.
Really?
I think so.
Oh, I want to go rewatch it.
I know, we should rewatch it. There's like the 3 seasons, and I don't think I ever finished the 3rd season.
I don't know if I did either.
I know, I got partway through it, and I was like, who's this British bitch? I don't give a shit about you.
Yeah, they kind of derailed a little bit. But
where's
the first
Joe?
season,
Yeah.
First season was real good.
Yep.
So, anyway.
Anything with Kevin Bacon is good.
Yes.
Love me some Kevin Bacon.
We love Kevin Bacon. Okay. My number 8. This came to me and I was like, oh yes, I love this movie. I've seen it probably like a handful of times, so not like a ton, but it's good. Split. You've seen Split?
Oh yeah. No,
the one with Mr. Tumnus and Witch
he did so good in that one.
So good.
Yep.
And like it gets a little weird.
Yeah.
But like it's just so good.
It's
and
so good.
The other movies,
Unbreakable and Glass.
Unbreakable and Glass, yeah. Like if you haven't, I hadn't seen those when I first watched it, and Tony was like, "Oh yeah, that's the guy from Unbreakable." And I was like, "What?
Yeah,
like Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt? What are you talking about? I don't know what you mean."
I know. I really enjoyed it. I loved the concept of like actual superheroes could really exist and like that could be a real thing, kind of, and like I liked that. I got really upset with Glass.
Really?
I got really upset with how they like ended it.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're gonna keep going, but I
think
like
they might, but I don't know.
And the whole time there, I'm shipping the crazy guy with the girl he fucking kidnapped, and I'm like, this is not okay, Alyssa.
No, this
Shut
is like
up.
Stockholm syndrome shipping. You can't do that.
Stockholm to the extreme.
Yeah.
Like
forced upon her.
Yeah.
How dare
but
you?
but she was actively like, because she knew that he was crazy, and he wasn't like always crazy. Like he's not completely crazy. He just has crazy sides to him and stuff. Yeah. So I think she like just feels for him, but she kind of feels like a friendship sort of.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like a teammate kind of thing.
So like, I mean,
they're
because
working together.
Yeah, they were working together, but like also they're not. I don't know. Like obviously she has some like actual relationship with him, and I mean he ate her friends, but whatever. So like.
But whatever, we just push that aside. It's fine. That was the Beast. That wasn't him.
That wasn't him.
I don't even remember his name.
I don't. They said it like
at the end. Yeah, she says it a lot.
I don't know.
It's a good movie though. I really like Split, and I think it's cool.
It wasn't him. It was Patricia.
Right. He just did so good.
He did so good.
Like Hedwig is my fucking favorite. I love Hedwig.
I'm pretty sure, like, he literally was just like, what should I make this character look like? Looks at the Gen Z generation as like that. That is what I'm gonna like. Yes. Like, I'm pretty sure he would literally walk into a room and be like, "Dab, okay," you know, like,
let's go. Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, my number 8 isn't one of the scary movies that we picked, but like, it is top tier. For me, one of my ultimate favorite. I try to get people to watch this movie so fucking much, and it's The 10th Kingdom,
right?
And it's so fucking good, people. If you haven't seen it, go see it.
Just put 6 hours of your day aside to watch this movie.
It's so good though. It's so good. It's fairy tales, but like futuristic. It's very much like what happens when happily ever after. Is over, like kind of a thing. So it's like the descendants of Snow White and Red Riding Hood and all them and
Isn't
stuff.
it like a sci-fi original?
No, not sci-fi, but it's one of it was a made-for-TV movie,
Oh, okay.
but like they did it over multiple nights, kind of a thing.
Gotcha.
And fucking Diane Weist, I'm not sure how you say her last name. Diane Weist is in it.
I don't know who
she's
that is.
She's one of the ants from Practical Magic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's the kind of chubbier one. So
Okay.
the one with the rounder face, but like she's not chubby, but like she's not the scrawny one. So
Yeah.
like but yeah, no, I fucking love that movie. It's so fucking good. And I know you haven't seen it, but you really should. And all of you should watch it. So
I think I've been around when you had it on at the house.
Yes.
So I saw parts of it, but yeah, I've
Scott
never
Cohen was just so fucking good. I feel like he had a lot of fun doing this movie.
Yeah.
I don't remember half the other people's like names, like the actors and actresses and stuff, but like
I mean, they weren't like top tier people, right?
No.
So
yeah.
I wouldn't expect you to remember their names.
No, but I remember Scott Cohen.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
And Diane Weist, because she's great. Anyway, okay, your turn.
Oh, okay. So my next one is one that used to scare the absolute shit out of me
Okay.
when I was a child. I remember my best friend at the time loved this movie, and we were like 6,
Emily?
7. No.
Oh.
Her name was Tori.
Oh.
And so we used to watch this all the time, and I would try to go to sleep so that I didn't have to watch this movie. But now I appreciate how good it is.
Okay.
And with the comeback of Brendan Fraser,
Ooh.
we talk about The Mummy. Because The Mummy is... How did you not have that on there?
For a good little bit there, I was like, oh man, I should totally have that on there. And I was like, nah, I don't need to have that on there. But I'm like, I do need to have it on there.
It's so good.
Dude, no, because Kimmy Davis and I, we
Yes.
used to run around pretending to be Magi and Anubis warriors. Like,
Yeah.
that was our childhood. Other people were like, I'm going to be a horse or a doctor when I grow up. And I'm just like, I'm going to be a fucking Magi what? Yeah, like... But I also wanted to be a horse, but that's not the point here. Like,
Yeah.
I wanted to be a Magi so fucking bad. Like,
Yeah.
we watched that shit over and over and over and over and over again. Like, when The Mummy 3 came out in theaters, we were in line. Like, we showed up expecting there to be a line.
Yep.
Right? We waited outside for like 3 hours, and the guy comes out to unlock the doors, and he was like, what are you doing out here? And we were like, we're waiting for the movie. And he was like, oh, come in.
Okay.
There was no line whatsoever.
Yeah.
Like, none whatsoever. And because it was coming out that day, and we were like, no, we have to be there. And we were devastated by the third movie. So like,
Is it not good?
it
I
was-
haven't seen the second or the third.
okay, dude, you
Or
gotta
the
see the second one.
Scorpion King?
The
Is that a
second
whole
one?
other thing?
Scorpion King is kind of part of it. If you see the second one, it makes sense with the Scorpion King.
Okay.
But the Scorpion King's really good on its own as well. Don't watch any of the others.
The
Don't
CG
watch the
looks
third Mummy.
terrible.
It's really bad in the second one, but it's not completely terrible in the Scorpion King.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's really bad in the second Mummy, though. It's real bad. It's real bad. Okay. Like,
Good to know.
yeah, like,
Yeah, I think I've only seen the first one because that's like primo.
bro, let's watch it together.
Okay.
Okay, let's have the Mummy binge fest. Yes. Okay. Good.
Cool.
Yes. So fucking good.
Yes.
Yes.
Your
And
turn.
Brendan Fraser, I love you so
I know.
much.
He's so great. I'm
He's
so
so
glad
great.
he's like showing his face again.
I know.
He's such a little smart
I know.
man.
Well, he's the reason why I started watching Doom Patrol. So
I don't know what that is.
it's DC stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
So, yep. It's a lot more adult. Like, they say fuck constantly. Like, every other word that comes out of Brendan Fraser's mouth is fuck this and fuck
Really?
that. And yeah.
That seems weird.
Yeah, it's great. I know, but it's so funny to, like, hear his voice cussing and stuff because you're used to him being George of the Jungle.
Yeah.
And, like...
Exactly.
And-
Well, maybe
Yep.
George learned a new word today.
yes.
And there it is.
Yes.
Exactly.
Anyway, my number 7 was 1408.
So good.
So fucking good. Like, everything about that movie was just fantastic. One of my favorite parts is the scene where he's like talking to the little like he's talking into the refrigerator, the little mini fridge, and the little Samuel L. Jackson is like, I told you, didn't I tell you, didn't I tell you, because I did, kind of
Yeah.
shit. And he like goes fucking bat crazy on this mini fridge, and it's just like it's so fucking
Isn't
good.
that John Cusack?
Yeah.
I love him.
He's so good.
Yeah. I went and saw that with my mom because she loves horror movies too.
Yeah.
And like I like them. I don't like them. That level of movie though,
Yeah.
I like. So we went and saw it, and like after, like every day we would be like, we've only just begun, and like freak each other
My
out.
sisters and I went to Disneyland one time, and an uncle of ours owned an Airbnb there.
Oh, nice.
Or kind of like it was more like a bed and breakfast. It was their house, and they just like rented out a couple of the rooms.
Yeah.
So they let us go and stay for free. and Danielle and I walk into our room that we were going to be using, and we look, and it is the clock from the movie, and we looked at each other, and we were straight up like, if that thing starts playing, we've only just begun. We are out of here. And like...
Yeah, my parents had that alarm clock in their room, so I was like, I don't like that. No, I don't.
Oh, your turn.
I also love 14 and Wait, and I thought about putting it on here, but I did not. Okay, number 6 for me. This is another one that I'm proud of because I dug way deep down into my brain to pluck this out. Disturbia.
Oh, Disturbia.
It's so good.
I have that one on DVD still.
It's so good.
It's so good and
like,
so silly.
That is Shia LaBeouf in his prime.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, like he did great in that movie.
He did so good. His Asian friend, whatever his name is, like I can't remember the actor's name, but he was so good.
Yeah,
he did so good. The girl was meh. She was a pretty girl at the time, so she was fine. You did good, but like you're a pretty girl at the time. Yeah. So.
But yeah, like just the whole...
I did want your hair, though. I wanted your hair so fucking bad. I thought your hair was gorgeous. You're a very pretty girl, but yeah, I don't remember who you are.
But I like that it was more like... It was almost aimed at like teens, which is like my level of horror. Like I don't do Saw. I don't do the super scary shit. Like just like, you know, base level. Yeah. So the fact that there's not like nudity like crazy, and there's not like... I mean, it's like a good story, but it's not like super scary.
Oh, and the bad guy, he was so good.
Yeah.
He was so good at being a bad guy. Yeah. Like,
he was awesome.
He was so creepy, but like that weird friendly neighbor creepy that you're like, I can't tell if you're being creepy, but
are you nice?
Are you
I
nice?
Don't know. Should I trust you? Probably not.
Probably not.
Don't talk to anybody. Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah, I like that one.
It was so good.
It was so good.
Good job picking that one.
Thank you.
Yes, I love that one. My number 6 pick would be Clue.
Okay.
And I know that's not exactly it's Halloween-y. Yeah, it's campy.
Yeah.
It's.
That one has Tim Curry too.
Yeah, it does have Tim Curry.
So good.
And my favorite is there's this thing going around the internet. It's like you can tell who a person is based on where they know Tim Curry from.
Yep.
And dude, fucking Muppet Treasure Island. I should have put that on here too.
Oh, that is a good one. Muppet Treasure Island is the best. That's where I knew him from.
Yeah, like he did so good. Anyway, but Clue was just everything about it. Like you have to watch it so many times to pick up on all the little comedic timings.
Yep.
And I found out that they're doing the Shakespeare Festival is doing Clue next year, and I was like, dude. And so I ran back to tell some of my coworkers, and I was like, they're doing the Shakespeare Festival, Sally. The Shakespeare Festival is doing Clue, blah blah blah. And Laura was like, oh, that's awesome. I want to go see that. Yada yada. And I looked at Sally. I was like, Sally, they're doing Clue at the Shakespeare Festival, and she was like, what's Clue? And I was like,
oh boy.
Oh, and I just look at Laura and I just start flames on the side of my face. And like Laura's laughing and Sally's like, what
are you talking about?
And so I was like, watch it right now. Go watch this movie. And she was like, oh, okay. So she pulls out her phone and buys the DVD on Amazon. I was like, you haven't even seen it yet. She's like, we're big movie buyers. We just buy movies and then we watch them. And I'm like, okay.
No. That's a commitment.
I know, but that's what they do. They love to buy the movies and then keep them. Yeah. But I was like, well, you're going to watch it multiple times over because it's so fucking good. Just everything about it was so fucking funny. It's so funny. They're all so funny. Yeah. It's so good.
It's got a lot of good people in it too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Martin Mull, Christopher Lloyd, I
love Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah, it's just they're so good.
One of my favorite movies that I didn't put on the list because it strays too far away, I feel like, is Back to the Future with Christopher Lloyd. And it's just so good.
Yeah.
And that's all I wanted to say about
Christopher Lloyd is also in a it's not a Disney Channel original movie, but it's like an ABC Family original, and it's called When Good Ghouls Go Bad.
Oh gosh,
and it's bad. I was thinking of talking about it for the podcast because it's bad. You can watch it on YouTube. It's bad.
Okay. So, good to know.
And because it came on when I was a kid, and which Christopher Lloyd is timeless. Like I'm pretty sure he was born as an old man.
Yeah, and he was old when we were young, and that was 30 years ago.
Yeah. But I remember watching it on TV, and the antagonist, I guess, I don't want to say bad guy, but the antagonist comes on screen, and I was like, what the fuck is that? What am I looking at? I didn't have nightmares, but I can still clearly see him in my head, and I was like, oh, what is happening? What is this?
All right.
Yeah. Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah. Your turn, number time.
Oh, I was also going to mention
Oh, yeah.
that Christopher Lloyd was also in Anastasia, which is one of my favorite movies of all time, but it also scared the shit out of me when I was a kid. So I loved it and I hated it.
Doom her.
Yeah, I thought Rasputin was going to come out of my fucking floor, because, yeah. Anyway, my number 5 is Woman in Black.
That one's good.
It's
oh my
so
gosh.
good.
And I think my favorite time watching it was watching it with the roommates.
Yep.
And the Jesse scream, which made Natalie scream, which made you scream, which made me scream, which
Yep.
made Natalie scream again. Like,
Yep.
it was so fucking good.
Like, we were all just sitting there in the dark watching this spooky
But, like,
movie.
the best was that I was laying on the other couch, so I didn't even see you guys freaking out until you started screaming, and then I started screaming because I was like, what's behind us? Like,
Well, I think that was the time, too, that the back screen door, like, wouldn't close.
Oh,
so
yeah.
it just kept, like, scraping open and closed. Like,
yeah.
but yeah, I think Daniel
that-
Radcliffe, like, does so good in that
He's-
movie.
yeah.
I feel like that was his first, like, big thing after Harry Potter, too.
Didn't he do the naked stage play with the horse?
I don't know.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that one.
Well, that's exactly
Yeah.
what I'm saying. We don't talk about that. But I feel like it was one of the bigger things he did right
he
after.
did so good with it.
Yeah.
And then the Woman in Black 2 sucked.
Yeah. But the first one
The first one
was
real
real good.
Yeah.
So if you haven't seen that one, it's a good one. Like,
good
it's creepy, but it's not going to scare the shit out of you, I think. It's a good level.
good one.
If I'm talking about it, it's a good level
Yeah.
of scary without being too scary.
Yes.
So,
That one was good. Was that 5?
yeah.
Okay. My number 5 is Dial M for Murder.
I've never seen that.
That one's so good. It's like, it's one of the ones you have to like, you have to be in the mood to watch a black and white movie kind of a thing,
Oh,
you know.
okay.
But
What decade is it from, Alyssa?
I'm pretty sure it was the 30s actually. I could be wrong. It could have been the 20s, but it's so good. Like, it's a little shorter of a movie too and stuff, but I enjoyed the hell out of it. Like, when I first watched it, I was like, dude, this movie's so fucking good. Like, this is a really good movie.
What is it about?
It is about a husband who meets a friend meets this random guy on a train, and tells the random guy that it's kind of one of those like we should murder each other's like spouses or whatever for each other.
Oh,
and
one of those movies.
Yeah, and like they'll never suspect us because
we don't
know each other.
And, yeah.
And he like convinces the guy to do it. So the guy shows up to like murder his wife and like
Hey, my wife's a bitch. Can
Yeah.
you come murder her?
well, he's upset because he thinks that she's having an affair. She kind of is, and not entirely. She hasn't like done anything, but
Yeah.
she's having like an emotional affair because it was some
Okay.
guy that she like knew when she was younger, and he's back in town, and so she's like, I'm
Look
thinking
out.
of, yeah, and she's thinking of divorcing her husband, but she's the one with all the money, so she would take all of her money with her when she divorced him.
Nice.
And
so murder.
yeah, so he was like, well, if I murder her, then her money stays with me, and and they were gonna try to pin it on the guy that she was like gonna leave him for.
Oh.
Yeah, and he had like the whole thing planned out, like it was like really well planned out, and things go awry. So yeah, I'm
Okay.
not gonna say anything more than that.
That's good.
But yeah,
We don't need too many spoilers going on.
Yep.
So, sweet.
yep.
It kind of, I don't know why it makes me think of this movie, and I haven't seen this movie, so I don't actually know what it's about. Have you seen Rear Window?
Yes.
Is
it's kind of like that. It's
okay.
set in like that kind of time period.
Yeah.
But like yeah.
Yeah, it just
So-
made me think of, I've never seen it, but it sounds
We should watch
interesting.
it. We should watch it. It's really good.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Number 4 isn't necessarily my favorite, but it's near and dear to my heart because it's my mom's favorite,
Uh-huh.
and it's Halloween.
Oh, okay, yeah.
She watches it every year, multiple times a
Oh,
year.
yeah, because we were going to pick her up that Halloween thing in the
Yep.
spirit.
She loved her
Yeah.
shirt. She
Yeah.
freaked out
That's good.
when we gave her. It's a Halloween shirt. It has like Michael Myers, and it says H's for Halloween, and
That's
there's like kids carving pumpkins.
I
It's
love
real cute.
that.
But yeah, so she loves that movie, and I think it's a good movie. I feel like maybe they shouldn't have made 18 of them.
Yeah.
You know? But even the more recent ones, like, I feel like they did a really good job with, and I love Jamie Lee Curtis. So,
Oh, she does so fucking good.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
she's a great actress. Like,
Very-
I love her in Freaky Friday, and I
Yeah.
love her in Halloween.
Yeah.
And everything in between. So,
She does a really good job. There's, what else was she been in? There was one, I can't remember what the movie is now. Never mind.
okay.
I don't remember. She
Yeah.
just did great in it. So,
But yeah, I think it's a good, like, classic, like, obviously Halloween time movie. And I like the other ones, like the Jason movies and the Freddy Krueger movies. Like, I think they're all good, but
They're classics,
Halloween
yeah.
Halloween is up there.
Oh yeah,
It's a good one.
I mean, it was kind of one of the first slasher movies.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, Black Christmas was kind of up there too, being a slasher.
I've never seen that.
Watch the old one, not the new one.
Okay.
The new one is just this dumb feminist empowerment and movement. Like,
oh, good.
Like, but everyone hated it. They were like, okay, it's
Yeah.
literally like it's about like a sorority house and some guy hiding in the house like trying to murder all of them and stuff.
Okay.
And they just turn it into this dumb female empowerment power play thing. And I'm like,
I mean, it's one thing to like rise up against the murderer.
Yeah.
Like, that can be fine.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it depends on how you do it.
yeah.
Like, I feel like in the most recent Halloween, like, Jamie Lee Curtis, like, stood up for her shit.
Yeah.
And was gonna kill this mofo, you know.
And it's like there's a good way to do it and a bad way to do
Yep.
it. And that's a good way to do it. And
Yep.
it just anyway.
Okay.
Anyway, my number 4 is The Conjuring.
Yes.
So, yeah, it's just, I mean, the first one.
The first one is just so good.
Yes, and I'm not a person, I don't get, like, I get spooked out while I'm watching the movies, but I hardly ever, like, take it home with me afterwards.
Yeah.
Like, I really don't ever have a problem. But I think that it's really stupid too, but the part that scared me the most in the first one was when the little sister's like walking into the cabinet or like the wardrobe. How do I forget that word every fucking time? It's a wardrobe.
The wardrobe.
But she's walking into the wardrobe and so the big sister like goes to take her back to the bed and then they turn around and like
The mom is
the
up
mom's,
there.
like,
Yeah.
But it's not the mom.
Yeah.
It's just whatever the spirit is.
Yeah.
It's Bathsheba and
Yep.
stuff. And that face stuck with me for like months afterwards. I had to sleep with my closet shut because I could see into my closet.
Oh, no.
And I kept imagining her face like coming down and I was like, and like, yeah.
And you were like well an adult
Yeah,
by that
I was
time.
well.
So.
I mean, there's only been like 3 things in my life that have really stuck with me that bad, and that is one of them.
Yeah.
and it's
the first movie, people give it shit. Like, they give it so much shit.
Yeah.
But the first one is so good.
It's so good.
And, like, I haven't seen the Annabelle movies. Like,
Yeah,
I haven't
meh.
seen half the offshoots.
Meh.
But the first 2.
I saw the I
real
saw the first offshoot of the Annabelle movie, and it was meh,
Yeah. It looked kind of dumb.
meh, yeah.
But yeah, the third one wasn't terrible. It just was different.
It was different because it had a different director and writer. So like, yeah, it was
Yeah.
different.
I also have The Conjuring on my list.
Oh, okay.
Well, like all of the movies,
Oh
I
yeah,
guess.
I like The Conjuring, like
The saga,
yeah,
the series,
the universe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that word.
Yeah.
But like Patrick Wilson, man.
Oh, he's so fucking
Patrick
good.
Wilson, man.
And Insidious.
That's on my list,
Yeah,
babe.
he's so
yes.
good. Which it's really funny because I love seeing Patrick Wilson as like a good guy doing good guy things.
Yeah.
He was a bad guy in The Tall Grass.
All right.
That one's, you wouldn't like that one. That one's kind of more of a mindfucky one.
Okay.
But there is gore and you don't like gore, so
No.
don't watch that one.
No.
Baby's getting eaten, so don't eat that.
Okay.
Don't watch that one.
Don't eat that.
don't eat that. Just don't eat babies.
Don't eat that.
But he was so good at that one. But he was also in the first Aquaman.
Oh yeah. That's the villain.
And like I just love that like his hair was so slicked back that only like the little bit of the ends were like
Floating in
in
the
the water. Everybody else is like
Yeah.
like, I swear they did a better job in fucking the fuck. Anyway, it's the one where the models are the 2 models Patrick no Owen something.
Owen Wilson.
Yeah, Owen
it's
Wilson.
the
Zoolander.
Zoolander.
Yes, Zoolander. Fucking Zoolander. And he literally has that like 2-second scene of him being in a commercial and he's like swimming up being a mermaid and
Yeah.
stuff. And I was like, that looks better than like all of the
Aquaman.
Aquaman. Like, don't get me wrong. I love the first Aquaman. I thought Jason Momoa did a fantastic job. Fuck Amber fucking Heard.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
yeah.
Johnny is our boy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Um
Your turn.
So, well, I just wanted to basically the rest of my list is things we've already talked about.
Oh,
but
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. So the Conjuring movies and the Insidious movies we touched on, and I almost hate that I like them so much,
Right?
Because they are trash.
They're trash.
They are not good movies. They don't have good effects.
No.
Like it's not good.
No.
It's
But
just
you
people
love 'em.
standing around in smoke half the time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's so good.
I think it's the acting. It's the actors.
True.
Like you fall for the characters. Like
Yeah.
that's who you really love.
I
Like
love
it's,
Patrick Wilson. I
Yeah.
love. Is it Elise? Is that her name in the
Yeah.
movie? The lady. The 2 like bumbling idiots
Yeah.
are so funny.
They're so
like,
funny.
The mom is whatever,
Yeah.
but like the kid does a good job. I heard
Yeah.
that he was like traumatized from working on that set. which makes me
That
really
makes me sad.
Yeah, they had to go like when all the people are like standing in the room and it's all foggy and creepy and whatever. They had to like walk around and like talk to the actors because he was so freaked out by their makeup and stuff.
Oh man, that's so
sad.
Yeah. Do you remember that time that we were zombies for Halloween?
Oh my god.
That just made me think of it. So this one time, Shannon and I, when we were roommates, were zombies for Halloween, and Shannon had taken a makeup course, so she learned how to do some pretty convincing zombie makeup.
Yeah.
And so what we
also
would
were like smeared with blood.
Yeah, we were smeared with blood. We had like torn shirts and stuff. And we were like slamming up against the windows when we would see like older kids coming to
like
the door.
12-year-olds, yeah.
Like, yeah. Then we'd slam up and just like be zombies, and then we'd open the door and then they'd be like, oh, trick or treat. We give them candy. Well, when we would see little kids coming, we obviously wouldn't slam up against the door and stuff. We'd open the door and be like, hi,
Happy Halloween.
Yeah. And this little princess girl.
Oh, she was so, like 4.
Something
maybe?
like that. She looks at us and she's just like kind of standing there holding her bag, and she goes, that's just makeup, right?
That's just lipstick, right?
Yeah.
It was so cute.
And we were like,
and
uh-huh.
so sad. This poor little girl.
She was like, okay. And then we gave her candy. She
just like walked away. She was like, bye, creepy people.
It was so
Yeah,
good.
it was very sweet and very like heartbreaking.
Do you remember
almost.
slamming the door on the teenagers that we had? These teenagers come up and just black. You don't remember them?
No.
Okay, so these teenagers came up to the door, and they were literally just in hoodies and stuff, and they were basically like trying to say, like, "Oh, I'm just a serial killer because I look like normal," you know. Anyway, we opened the door and we were like growling at him and stuff and being all zombie, and they were like, "You guys look stupid," and I shut the door. You don't remember that?
No, but fuck them.
I know. And then they stood there
Children?
for a second, and they were like, then they walked away. You don't remember that?
No.
It was so like.
Maybe I blocked it out. I was
Maybe.
like, wow, those assholes.
I know. I was like, fuck you, kids. It's Halloween.
At least if you wear any costume, you're getting candy. I don't care
yeah.
how old you are.
Yeah.
I don't care.
You could be a
Whatever.
grown-ass adult coming up to my door dressed as fucking Aladdin, and I'd be like, here you fucking go, dude.
Just Aladdin.
I don't care. Whatever you want to be, so long as it's a costume.
Yeah.
If you walk up wearing a red shirt being like, I'm the color red, I'd be like, get the fuck off my porch, sir.
I mean, unless it says Crayola on the
Yeah,
front,
I'd be okay with that. But like,
because, you know, he just came from a homecoming dance,
Yeah.
obviously. So. Yes.
no, every fucking year, because I did Sadie's and stuff, yeah, every fucking year, I went out. I went out.
yeah.
Like, no, that box right there, that's my Halloween costume for this year. I gotta get started on it.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't told you the update of my Halloween story. So, I mean, my costume. So, Adam's going to be Scooby-Doo. He's going to be
Yay.
the cutest little 3-year-old Scooby-Doo ever. And we were going to do Shaggy and Velma.
Uh-huh.
But then I started thinking, how stupid and easy and fun would it be if we're just fucking sheet ghosts? Just walking around with a Scooby-Doo.
so fun.
Yeah. So I think we might just be sheet ghosts because
That
that's
would be
easy.
so, yeah, because
And,
he's like chasing the goat. That's
Yeah.
so fun and cute. Oh
Yeah.
my
And
god.
we have so much going on in October that like I don't want to put together a costume.
like a real costume. Yeah, no, that's gonna be so fun.
Just some sheets.
Yeah.
If we do, it'll be fun.
I
So
love it.
yes.
Okay. What's your next one?
My number 3 is the Paranormal Activity movie.
Oh,
so we
yes.
touched on that.
Yes.
But they're just so good.
They're so good.
and like they're so dumb. But they're so good.
Well, yeah, no, we used to like Shalice Wendy and Sapphire and I used to watch that movie over and over and over again and pick that shit apart.
Yeah.
Like, we watched it so many fucking times. We watched it almost as much as we watched Labyrinth, okay? And
Wow.
like,
That's a lot.
That's a lot. Okay, we watched Labyrinth almost every Friday night. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. So, I should have put Labyrinth on here, but I didn't because we were going for more Halloween movie. Anyway,
Yeah. That's a fucking creepy movie.
so moments.
yeah.
I could have put it on there. It's okay.
We could have had a real debate because I don't like Labyrinth.
Why don't you like Labyrinth?
Because it's fucking weird. I love Jim Henson, okay?
Yeah.
Give me Muppets any day. But that fucking movie, like that and Dark Crystal, I'm like, no. Get
Dark
the
Crystal.
fuck
Dark
out of
Crystal
here.
is pretty fucking weird.
Yeah. You just like David Bowie.
I do like David Bowie. I do.
And the rest of it can just, be whatever.
I love the music. I love like Jennifer Connelly's like character as Sarah. Like she's this whiny little bitch
Annoying
brat in
ass
the beginning.
yeah.
Yeah, and I mean she's a teenager, so
Yeah.
she's super crazy, angsty and stuff. But like watching her character develop to being a more mature, like I need to be a big sister for my little brother kind of a thing. Like
Yeah,
I
but
just
how
love
much
the
did
journey.
it take for her to get there? Like,
a lot.
yeah.
And dude, I would exist in that peach dream for the rest of my life.
Oh,
Anyway, I want the masks. I want the dresses. I want the
Yeah.
Anyway, okay. My number 3 is Hush.
I've never seen it.
That one is super good. I won't tell you too much about it, but it is about a deaf writer.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the sisters actually from The Haunting of Hill House.
Oh, okay.
She's the psychic one.
Okay.
Yeah. So she is a deaf writer living kind of out in, I don't want to say the middle of nowhere because she has a neighbor, or like she has neighbors,
Yeah.
but they're kind of far enough away from each other that they're
Out
just
the country, kind of.
yeah. And so she's living out there because she's a writer, and so she needs to have quiet, and I mean,
She's deaf.
she's deaf, but she likes the peace and the calm of living out there, right? And but she like communicates with her siblings and stuff still, like she talks to them on video chat and stuff.
Okay.
So and typing to them, and she has this neighbor who is a big fan of her books and stuff, and like that is trying to learn sign language so she can speak to her and everything, and I love it, right?
Yeah.
It's super good until a masked killer shows up to her house and discovers that she is deaf and thinks that she'd be extra fun to play with. And it's on Netflix. It is so good.
Okay.
You should watch it. It's got some spooky parts. There's a couple parts that you're like, motherfucker. Ooh. Ugh. Like, but she does fantastic. She's a great actress.
Yeah.
I love her. And the bad guy does a good job. There's a couple of other characters. I mean, like the neighbors in it. And then her husband shows up at one point, and like, it's so fucking good. At a couple of times you're like, yeah, get him. What? No, what? Like, it's so good.
Nice.
They did a really good job with it. Yeah. Anyway.
So, my other ones we've talked about, but I just thought of a new one.
Ooh, yes.
That I forgot that I like, but I do, and I don't know what it's called. I do know what it's called, but there's like 3 different movies that have similar titles. So I think it's House at the End of the Street, the one with Jennifer Lawrence in it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So that one, I feel like, is another one that's like...
I don't think I finished that one. I think
really?
I started that one, and I don't remember how it ends. So, like, I think I should give that one another try.
I couldn't tell you about it.
Yeah.
But I know that I like it.
Yeah.
So, I really haven't seen a lot of movies, you guys.
Yeah, that's okay.
But yeah, I really liked that one. And I think her living out in the country, like you were just talking about, kind of made me think of that vibe.
Yeah.
But
oh, another good one kind of living out in the middle of nowhere is... Crap, what's it called? Oh, Open House. That one's on Netflix. That's what I call a Wendy movie. And Wendy, you know what that means. But I won't tell everybody else what that means just yet because I don't want to give the movie away. But it's about this...
I think you've talked about it before on the podcast.
But so if you've heard it before, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But it's about this boy and his mom who his dad dies in a car accident. And he kind of feels like it's his fault and he's like pretty upset about it. Anyway, he was like way closer with his dad than his mom. So they're really kind of estranged. This put like a more like stress on their relationship. Right. Their dad was actually really bad at their finances, so they lost their house and they didn't know what to do. So her sister was like, well, we have our like summer home. Because she makes it, I know, right?
Imagine.
It's like a cabin, basically, kind of a thing. But she's like, yeah, so we have like our cabin and we're planning on selling it. But until then, like, you can live there. Yeah. Like, I mean, we're still showing it to people, but like, who really has the money to just shell that out, right? But she's basically like, you can live there until you get back on your feet. And I was like, that's a good sister, at least, you know?
Yeah.
But because the mom won't like accept any money. She won't accept anything from anybody, right? So they move out to Podunk, middle nowhere. And, they start living in this house and they have like the realtors come in and they're like showing the house and someone decides not to leave. Oh. So it's pretty good.
All right.
It's pretty good.
Good.
Yep. It's one that I was just like, come on, man. Anyway. Number 2 for me is Rose Red. And that one is another long one.
I think we just talked about that in the last episode.
Yeah, it's a Stephen King though.
Yeah.
And it's so fucking good. I loved it.
Why are Stephen King movies so fucking long?
I don't know.
Maybe they're based on, maybe because they're based on books.
Yeah, probably.
But they're so
like,
long.
This one, I just love this one so much. The acting, like all the acting in it is really good. And well, because we talked about in the last episode with Phineas, who is in Rose Red.
Oh, right.
He doesn't have a very big part in this one at all. He literally is just like one of the first characters to die. Spoiler.
Jeez.
But it's one of my favorites. I think they did a good job. What's her name from Halloween Town's in it?
Marnie?
Marnie's in it.
Oh.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Is she like a child?
she's a teenager.
Oh, I didn't realize when it came out, I guess.
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, think of how long ago Halloween Town came out.
I mean, I know, I guess. Oh, God.
But she did fantastic in it because she was playing a girl with autism, but is, like, a super powerful psychic. Like, super powerful psychic. Like, she's telekinetic. She makes the fucking stones fall, like, that they talk about in Haunting of Hill House. Mm-hmm. So I think he took a lot of inspiration from the Haunting of Hill House and kind of put it into this movie that he made, Stephen King. And,
are you sure the book didn't come out before... I guess Hill House is like an old story.
Hill House is an old story, yeah.
That's true.
It's a very old story, and they took some liberties on the TV show, for sure. I was listening to it on audiobook, but I just could not get past the narrator.
The voice actor.
Yeah, I was like, I have a really hard time with that.
Yeah, me too.
So.
It's bad.
Anyway, yes.
So my number 1 was the Conjuring movies.
Oh, yeah.
Because I feel like they're just like a great go-to
really
spooky movie.
Mm-hmm.
But I also added, if we're not talking about spooky movies, my must-watch every Halloween season movie. And that's fucking Hocus Pocus.
Hocus Pocus.
Because I'm a Hocus Pocus witchy bitch,
right?
Okay? I know a lot of people bash on this movie.
Well, they can fucking fight me in a field because I'll come at you.
Movie.
I don't know Krav Maga, but I will learn it to fight your ass. Like
Capoeira.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what you
Brazil.
said. Yes. But yeah, I just... Hocus Pocus, like, I know it's cheesy, and I know it's kind of dumb, and I know it's, like, 90s stupid,
movie,
but oh my god, it's just so good.
It's so good.
And I had a crush on, like, every one of them, and, like, it was just good.
Which was really funny because I had way more of a crush on Kat Binks' voice than I did, like, actual Binks, because I know it's not... It's not the same actor, but like, which is really weird.
Yeah, like why didn't they have him voice it? That's that makes no sense to me in movies.
No idea.
Like I get like having a separate singing actor, voice actor person, like that makes sense to me. But also, why can't you just pick someone who can sing? Like, can they not also voice act? Don't erase that. That was a good choice.
That was a good choice.
You can talk about more things.
Okay.
But but yeah, I just
the wall. Get off the wall.
Yeah.
My dogs.
Every Halloween, it's Hocus Pocus for me. I just love it.
It's so good. It's such
so
like a
good.
classic.
It is.
Classic Halloween.
Yep.
Like,
gotta turn it on every year.
Well, I was thinking this one, but then I thought, so Harry Potter was my number 1. Harry Potter was my number 1 because
it's
I mean
so good.
it's got its spooky moments, you know, and it's kind of Halloweeny. It's fun.
It's always on the ABC Family 30 Days of Halloween.
Yeah, it's so good. Like, I love Harry Potter, but we kind of mentioned it before, but I have to say Practical Magic is also up there for me.
I wondered if you were going to talk about that.
Yeah, Practical Magic is definitely, like, one of my top favorites. And to learn that their house isn't a real house, they built it for the movie, and I'm like, bitch, give me those blueprints, because I want those blueprints.
Sorry, folks.
Like...
Yeah.
Like, that is my dream house right fucking there. Like, with the tower, with the like, it's just so fucking good.
I'm just picturing the Charmed house, and I know it's not the Charmed house. I know what the Practical Magic house looks like, but that was my first thought.
Oh, it's so fucking good. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like I'm living in the wrong city to have, like, the classic... houses that were like, but I love our city and I just want to like pick all the houses up and bring them here.
You either need to move to the East Coast or the West Coast.
Yeah,
like,
but I
pick
don't
one.
want to live either.
Yeah.
I'm okay being landlocked. So
I am not. Give me a beach stat. Oh my god. Oh. Harry Potter was a great choice.
Harry Potter's a good choice.
it's so bad, but it's so good.
So, I know, especially the first one. It's so yep.
But
and
you just have to. It's just you just
good.
gotta.
And I really want to like sit down with the directors and be like, so why did you get rid of Peeves?
Yeah.
Because
that was a mistake.
That was a mistake.
Yeah.
Like you made a lot of mistakes, but
yeah, that was one of the big ones.
That was a big one. But
yeah. Yeah, but it's good.
So good.
We're Hufflepuffs.
Yeah.
Through and through.
Puff pride.
All right.
So yeah, that's
That was our top 10 Halloween scary-ish
movies.
Maybe. You said you had anime on there.
I did. I took them off because I thought of other ones.
Oh, okay.
But, I mean, if we're talking about anime, you gotta definitely slap on Princess Mononoke.
Yeah.
You know, Howl's Moving Castle, all that shit. A Girl Who Leapt Through Time is really good. Wolf Children is really good. A Silent Voice, I watch and cry every single time.
A whole new podcast with Alyssa talking about anime.
I could talk about anime for days, man. Days. I have coworkers that are like, hey, I want to kind of get into anime. What do you think I should watch? I have saved lists on like my work computers that I can print off, but I will specialize the list into what they like.
Yeah,
so I'll be like, so what kind of stuff do you like? Yeah.
On.
And they'll be like, well, I'm kind of more, I like romancy stuff and like mystery things. And I was like, all right, cool. So you'll like this one and this one and this one and this one. Watch this one in Japanese, but watch this one in English. And like, because I'm not a Puritan. I can handle both.
Yeah.
But
I think you mean purist, because a Puritan is very different.
It's very different, yeah. No purist.
You don't have buckles on your shoes.
Yeah. that was a weird fashion. So
yeah.
Like that just like had like a buckle. I don't know.
They had buckles on their hats. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that was a weird fashion.
Stupid old people.
Kids today eat Tide Pods, so whatever.
Okay, well,
people say yeet for like non-ironically.
Oh boy, I can't even talk to you about that because people might listen to this podcast. So. Anyway, so that was that episode.
Yay!
We hope it was entertaining at all. You should leave comments about what your favorite movies are, because we are always open to watching new things. Well, mostly me, because Alyssa watches everything. But
I watches a ton of shit.
Everything.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks for coming to the shit show.
Yes, we're very excited for spooky season. If you haven't noticed, so I'm sure we'll be talking a lot of fun things.
Yes.
So tune in on YouTube and Spotify and Stitcher and Google and Apple Podcasts.
Yeah.
And send any requests that you have to our email, bmoviebashpodcast@gmail.com. And give us all the subscribes and the follows.
Please, we need it.
We need it. But also, we just love you. And
but
we
thank you for like the 12 that are subscribed to us.
You're great.
We really appreciate it.
Yes.
So.
We will see you next week.
Yes.
Love you.
Love you.
Have a great time.
Have a great time.